Hello, everybody. Welcome in on this Sunday evening. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and to all the single mothers out there that take on the role of both mother and father. Again, happy holiday to you. Today, I'm going to be going over the movies that I saw this past week. There was four of them, and then I'm going to go over the box office and the movies that I'm looking forward to this upcoming week. So let's get to it. All right. So the first movie that I'm going to be talking about that I saw is Materialist. I'll tell you what, man. I'm happy I saw it for free. This movie, not the best. It goes into, I guess, the shallowness of both men and women in the modern dating era, but how it's actually gotten worse. The standards are relatively the same, but even more elevated. People think they deserve more than they actually do, both men and women. The standards have gone from like, oh, he has to be a good guy to he just has to be rich, and the standards have gone to from oh, I just want her to be a good girl to I'd rather have her be hot and fit. So it has a good message behind it. It just isn't displayed that well. Any Honestly, it's going to sound bad to say, but not really. Any chick that goes and sees this movie and has these standards that this movie makes fun of will continue to have those standards. The message isn't going to get across to them because they're going to think that they deserve more. Guys that are out there kind of like goofballs or bums or whatever that think they deserve this kind of girl when they don't necessarily haven't necessarily earned it are going to have the same mentality either. The messaging is there for those that can see it. You just have to wake up to be able to realize a lot about the modern culture of dating to be able to know what this message is. Again, it is not that funny. The funniest part was probably in the trailers. There's a couple other funny moments. I'd say there's maybe two to three like super funny moments. And then there's also just the movies that's like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Like you laugh at how ridiculous it is, but it's not comedic. I think it would have been better as a psychological thriller to actually really mess with people's minds. So that way the message actually gets across to the people that have these delusional standards for themselves or for their partners that they don't even have of themselves. So with that, there is a good movie somewhere in there. It's just not that good of a product of what we got. After that, I saw The Unholy Trinity with Sam Jackson, Pierce Brosnan, and I believe his name is Brandon Leeson. This is a movie about a dad. So the guy in the middle of the picture there, the young gentleman, his dad died. His dad was framed and was hung, but told his son, "Hey, there's fortune left in the town that I helped build. Go get it before the bad guy does." The bad guy being Sam Jackson, and Pierce Brosnan there on the left is the sheriff of the town where this gold is hidden. So it's just a matter of the sheriff and the son working together to find the gold before Sam Jackson does and things like that. It didn't necessarily have to be a Western. It wasn't like a great movie, but it's worth watching. It's a quick hour and a half movie. So whenever it like kind of starts to go off pace, it gets right back on track because it's on a time restraint. So with that, again, it's not the best, not that good. I forgot to rank them. I ranked them in my actual reviews on my Crosstalks movie review. So Materialist, I give a 4.5 out of 10. Trent, I think I gave a 6.5 out of 10. Or not Trent, I have it titled as Trent. Unholy Trinity is a 6.5 out of 10. Not the best movie. Again, I actually would have liked if it was set in the future but the only currency is old currency that's now like that's awesome, that's depleted. I would have liked that kind of angle of the story. I think that would have been a much better movie. But again, it's not that bad. There's a couple cool gunfights in there from the old Western times. So with that, that is the Unholy Trinity. After that, I saw How to Train Your Dragon. I am going in order from my least favorite to my favorite. So How to Train Your Dragon, this was a great movie. I think if you had never seen the original cartoon, you would still think of it as a great movie. And but if you watch the original cartoon and then go see the movie, you probably won't like this movie as much because all you're going to do is just comparing it. It is essentially a shot for shot remake, but it's still a lot of fun. Gerard Butler is great in it. He comes back to play the dad Stoic, and the guy, I don't know the guy's name, the actor's name that plays Hiccup, but he's going to go on to do great things. I could tell. And so with that, I mean, it's just a lot of fun. The flight scenes were awesome. It reminded me a lot of Avatar. I talk about that in my review a little bit. And yeah, with that, I gave that movie a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's a good family movie. I saw it by myself. It's a good date night movie. It's just a feel good movie of a Fantasyland adventure story. And my favorite movie of the week that I saw that not too many people are seeing right now, and it's not getting the credit it deserves, is The Life of Chuck. This movie is so good, guys. I love it. I plan on, if anybody's like, "Hey, would you recommend this?" I'd say yes. Let's go watch it together right now because I just love this movie. It's a great story. It's a sad story, but it's a great story. It's about life. It's about death. It's about just being yourself, living your life to the fullest, never letting anything, not never letting anything go, but like never letting go of the people that you love and you care about. And that, hey, no matter how hard or how bad life can get, it's always important to stay optimistic and to stay happy and to stay hopeful. I love this movie. I can't wait to buy it and watch it on 4K. This movie is my movie of the week. It damn well may be movie of the month. We'll see how F1 does next week or 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. So with that, that is all that I have from the movies for this week. So there was the life of, or I'll go back, I'll go in the order of my least favorite to my favorite again. You have The Materialist, that movie sucked. Unholy Trinity, that movie's okay. How to Train Your Dragon, pretty good family friendly movie. And Life of Chuck, just an overall fun, good, heartfelt movie. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and now go over the box office of the week or the weekend, and I'm gonna go over the upcoming movies. So let me get over here so you guys can see. So coming in at number one at the box office is How to Train Your Dragon with 83 million domestically. It's actually made quite a bit more internationally, but at $83 million opening weekend domestically, it's pretty good. I believe the projections were saying it might be 100, so it came in a little bit below projections, but it's still a good movie. Lilo and Stitch is in its, I think it's fifth week now. Fourth week and made 15.5 million. That is a huge difference from this 83 million. That really goes to show you how big of a franchise How to Train Your Dragon is, and how many people actually went out to go see it over seeing Lilo and Stitch again, which is good. The Materialist coming in third place at 12 million. Not surprising. My theater was sold out, and there's quite a bit of theaters that were sold out. So I mean, good for that movie. I don't necessarily know its budget, but to be in the top three this weekend with a movie as big as How to Train Your Dragon and Lilo and Stitch still kicking it is really good. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning again is in its fourth week and made 10 million. It only made 5 million less than Lilo and Stitch, and Lilo and Stitch is a huge property and it's a Disney property. So good for Mission Impossible sticking it through. Like, this movie's doing much better than people thought it would. It's not going to make money, but it's doing better than people thought it would considering the outcome of Dead Reckoning. Fifth place was Ballerina with 9.4 million. This was in its second week. It's making okay money when you compare it to the likes of John Wick or John Wick 2. It's doing around the same. John Wick really didn't start popping off until John Wick Chapter 3 and John Wick Chapter 4. So this is essentially the first of its kind in a way. It's a John Wick spinoff, but it's the first Ballerina movie. It's doing okay. The budget was probably a little bit too high, but hey, man, there's some cool action scenes in there, and there is like almost no CGI in this movie. And there's some really cool scenes to see that has no CGI in it. Sixth place is Karate Kid Legends, making 5 million. Actually, not that bad for its third week. It did not have a good first week, but I think this isn't that bad considering it's in its third week and these other big movies are still out. In seventh place, Final Destination Bloodlines, which is in its fifth week, making almost $4 million. Final Destination Bloodlines is killing it. This is all domestic numbers, by the way, just for the weekend. We'll go over the worldwide numbers pretty soon. In eighth place is The Phoenician Scheme, making $3 million. That's a new Wes Anderson movie. I honestly have zero interest in seeing it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it, whether it's good or not. It's 50% down from its second week. I think that's good. I genuinely don't really know. The Life of Chuck, the movie that I was just raving about, is up 854% from its first week. So that tells you the word of mouth on this movie is great. 2.1 million is not great, and on as far as like a total goes for the weekend, but to see that it's actually gaining numbers instead of losing numbers is really, whoops, is really important. And I think it also did release on throughout more screens, so that'll definitely help it out in the next couple weeks. And ringing out the top 10 is Sinners, still hanging in there, top 10, 9 weeks in at 1.4 million. Good for Sinners. That's awesome. I think it started to make money now, so we'll see. I think it costs a total of 180 million dollars to make. It might be a little bit less, but Sinners has for 9 weeks, man, to be in the top 10. That's awesome. It's almost unheard of in today's world of movies. So with that, let's go ahead and go over to the worldwide numbers. And in the worldwide numbers, the worldwide box office, you got with Nisa 2. Again, I say this every single week. Nobody's heard of that movie. Nobody watches it. These numbers are a lie. Don't ignore it. But you got the Minecraft movie capping out at $951 million. It just barely fell short of that billion. It just came close to a whisker of it. You got Lilo and Stitch in third place with 858 million. So it's creeping up on Minecraft. But the fact that it made only what? Let's see what this was again. 10 million, 15 million. The fact that it only made 15 million this past weekend over How to Train Your Dragon, I think How to Train Your Dragon is going to take a lot of seats out of those Lilo and Stitch showings. So I was thinking Lilo and Stitch would make a billion. I'm not too sure now. Then we got Mission Impossible Final Reckoning after that. It's so far it's made 506 million worldwide. That's far more than I think we all thought it would make. I think it's about to pass the Dead Reckoning box office. So that's good for that movie for sure. And it's definitely worth seeing in theaters. Captain America Brave New World is still at number 5 with 415 million. Thunderbolts right behind it with 379. I think Thunderbolts will cap out around probably like 385. Which is unfortunate that it made less than Captain America Brave New World because it's a much better movie. Sinners, 361 million, so it has made money after its cost and its marketing. So it has made money, so good for Sinners. It'll make even more money now that it's on digital. The fact that this is still in the top 10 in week 9 and they released it on digital is so stupid. They take so many seats out of the theaters when they do this stupid digital push. It's ridiculous. Coming at number 8 is Final Destination Bloodlines with 271 million. I believe this has now broken the record, or it has been breaking the record for Final Destination overall box office. Number 9, Snow White with 205 million. How to Train Your Dragon with 197.8 million. It came so close to beating Snow White's entire theatrical run in just one weekend. It'll pass it next weekend for sure. This movie is going to make good money. So let's see. That was How to Train Your Dragon. It made quite a bit more in the foreign markets too, so that's good. I do want to see where the Life of Chuck is. I don't think it's even. That's crazy. It's this low. Yikes! All right, I'm gonna go up and search it. I just want to see its worldwide numbers. Life of Chuck. Okay, so worldwide, it's made no money international. Is it even open internationally? Wow. It hasn't made shit internationally. It's made 2.4 million in the United States and only 373,000 internationally. I wonder if it goes up. Or I'm sorry, if it's going to come out at a later day. No. All it came out before the domestic times. Wow, that's crazy. Poor Life of Chuck, because that movie deserves to do so much better, and everybody in it does such a great job. So, okay, with that, sorry for that distraction. No one you got Nisa 2, that's a lie. So we'll say Minecraft's number 1, Lilo and Stitch number 2, Mission Impossible's number 3, Captain America's number 4, Thunderbolts number 5, Sinners number 6, Final Destination Bloodlines number 7, Snow White number 8, How to Train Your Dragon number 9, and Dogman number 10 in the worldwide box office for the year so far. A lot of good movies out this year so far. A lot of these movies should have made more money. Ballerina is not doing too well in the worldwide stance. I mean, 91 million. It's made it needs to make double that by the end of its theatrical run to make money. But it's still a fun movie. Definitely go see it. Don't wait for streaming for almost any of these movies. They're all worth seeing in theaters. So please go do your theaters a favor and go see the movies. Go on Tuesdays when it's half off. Come on, guys. It's not that difficult. All right, next up, what I'm going to do is go over the upcoming movies of the week before I get out of here. And coming up this week, we have Elio. And on the complete other end of the spectrum, we have 28 Years Later. I'm excited for Elio. I've only seen like 1 or 2 trailers. I haven't seen very much of it, but I am excited for it. I like the idea that it's a little boy that goes out into space and finds aliens, makes friends with aliens, things like that. I do like that quite a bit, and it's an original Pixar film. It's going to get overshadowed by Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon, so it's not going to make that much money, but I think it will be good. Pixar usually doesn't fail. 28 Years Later as well. I have not seen the first two. I'll be watching those this week before I go and see them. I might do a watch along. We'll see. I might, and I might not. I've never seen them. So I kind of just like to enjoy sitting on and watching it on my TV, like by myself, but we'll see. Those are the two big releases this week. And with that too, I wanted to see, I'll go to it real quick. Where is it? I wanted to see Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade today, but I didn't have time. I spent Father's Day with my dad. We went out and played some talk golf. We had some fun, and just the show times didn't work out. But it is showing at a theater near me. Let's not give away my zip code there. Okay. Yikes. Um, but it is showing at a theater near me at 7 o'clock. So hey, since you just saw my zip code, if you want to come meet me 7 o'clock and see Indiana Jones on Wednesday, you let me know. I'll be there. So with that, I will be seeing next week Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I'll be seeing Elio. Let me go back to it. I will be seeing Elio, and I'll be seeing 28 Years Later. If you plan on seeing any of those movies, go ahead and let me know which one you're most excited for. If you don't want to see any of them, or if you saw any of the movies that I saw this week, again, let me know what you thought about them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today. Blah, I'm skipping over my words there. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers and to all the single mothers out there doing the role of both jobs. I can't wait to come back next week and talk some more movies. See you guys then.